What's up, everyone? So I was doom scrolling on Instagram and I saw this post saying Ubisoft wants to make an Assassin's Creed game every 6 months, and that blew me away. So I had to look more into it, and I found this article by The Gamer which explains it pretty well. It starts off by saying Assassin's Creed has been in a rut for a little while, and that's putting it lightly. While a lot of people felt that Assassin's Creed Mirage was a decent return to form, the struggles surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows have seen it pushed back to February next year, a month that will see it compete with other massive releases such as Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, Avowed, Civilization 7, and the juggernaut that is Monster Hunter Wilds. This alone shows how out of touch Ubisoft is, especially with all the drama surrounding the Assassin's Creed Shadows title. They're just setting the game up for failure. It's Titanfall 2 all over again, except that game would have been probably good. And Ubisoft hasn't had a good game in my opinion since maybe Black Flag or The Division, since that game has some pretty fun broken builds, but that's what's missing from Assassin's Creed. All the fun is gone and it's just propaganda, and not even the good kind, just the boring, sloppy kind. And I bet you they're gonna blame the game's poor sales on gamers who are just racist bigots who don't want change, but won't mention how poorly made and how their games are poorly optimized and everything like that. And that's because all they hire are DEI imports who don't know how to optimize a game. Just look at how many gigabytes modern games have nowadays. Literally, the Battlefront 1 and 2 games that are like 10 years old have 50 gigabytes. How ridiculous is that? The article continues to say that Assassin's Creed is still a money-making behemoth though, and reports from reliable insider Tom Henderson that claimed Ubisoft plans on releasing 10 new Assassin's Creed games before 2030, suggesting that the developer knows it too. That's obviously a lot of games in a very little time, but we still didn't know the frequency of these releases. That is until Henderson further elaborated on the Assassin's Creed master plan on the most recent episode of the Xbox 2 Plus 1 podcast. Who's buying these games, bro? They literally just copy and paste these games, and not even just the Assassin's Creed series, but the Far Cry series as well. The only difference each title has is the amount of diversity in each one, with it only increasing with every new release. In the podcast, Henderson talks a little about Ubisoft's current development pipeline for the next few years, which he describes as strong in heavy quotations. He lists a bunch of titles that are currently unannounced, including a new Ghost Recon game, Far Cry 7, the rumored Rayman title, an extraction shooter called Far Cry Maverick, before then even going into many Assassin's Creed games in development. Holy shit, they remembered they have Rayman. I figured they locked him in a basement Crazy 8 style from Breaking Bad. Also, that Black Flag remake is gonna be the end of me. It's literally gonna be that look how they massacred my boy meme. They've got Assassin's Creed Shadows. They've also got Assassin's Creed Invictus next year, Assassin's Creed Helix, Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, and they plan to do a new Assassin's Creed every 6 months or so for the next 10 years, I believe. Oh my gosh. Good lord, 20 Assassin's Creed games in 10 years? How is that even possible? Activision is blushing. Call of Duty comes out every year, and that's a literal copy and paste. The only difference they've ever done is the Omni movement, and there's no open world in that at all. So, unless Ubisoft has a legion of AI bots that are going to code everything, I don't see how it's possible. This sounds like a meme, and it should be, but somehow Assassin's Creed still makes a ton of money. Like I said, who keeps buying this shit? The article ends by saying that this most likely won't even go through since Ubisoft might accept a buyout and go private, in which case Microsoft would be the most likely ones to buy it, and with the direction Halo's going, I don't think it's going to be good either way. This situation is kind of like what From Software is going through with Sony right now, except that From Software willingly went to Sony, and Ubisoft really doesn't have much of a choice here. The whole thing is a double-edged sword. Either Ubisoft gives us mediocre games or Microsoft gives us terrible ones. But it seems that we just have to wait and see if this actually goes through, meaning for better or worse, we're going to keep getting more Assassin's Creed games. I say it's the latter, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.